Before we begin, take a deep breath and step into the kind of story that only exists in the space between screens and emotions. The kind of story born from a few seconds of video, amplified by millions of eyes, opinions, and hearts. This is not just about a TikTok clip. This is about perception, timing, boundaries, and the complicated way fans project love, fear, and hope onto the people they admire. It is about how quickly narratives are formed and how slowly they are corrected. It is about how a moment meant to be casual can become a symbol, a battlefield, and a mirror reflecting the deepest emotions within a fandom. Hello fans, welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the post notification to get notified whenever I upload a new video. What started as a short, casual TikTok video quickly turned into a storm that nobody saw coming. A few seconds of Jayna and Veronica on screen was all it took for timelines to erupt, comment sections to divide, and fan spaces to heat up with debates that felt far bigger than the clip itself. Screenshots were shared, slowed-down replays were analyzed, and opinions multiplied faster than facts. Some fans immediately questioned whether it was okay for Jayna to be seen with someone else, clinging tightly to the belief that Ginny was already taken. Others pushed back just as strongly, reminding everyone that assumptions do not equal truth, and that Ginny herself had already addressed her relationship status clearly and directly. What should have been a fleeting moment turned into a full-blown fandom discourse. At the center of the chaos stood Ginny, calm but firm, addressing the rumors that refused to fade away. She confirmed once again that the person people kept calling her boyfriend was already her ex. Not a hidden relationship. Not a complicated situation. An ex, plain and simple. She made it clear that she was not currently in a relationship, choosing honesty over silence. Yet even with that clarity, some fans chose to dismiss her words, continuing to post, speculate, and twist narratives to fit their own preferences. It became painfully obvious that for some, Ginny's real voice mattered less than the story they had already decided to believe. As the debate raged on, another layer of the story quietly gained momentum beneath the noise. Videos of Jinny and Jana together began circulating again, resurfacing moments that fans had saved in their hearts long before the controversy. This time, viewers noticed details they could not ignore. The hugs lingered a little longer. The smiles carried a softness that felt intimate rather than staged. The way they leaned into each other felt natural, unguarded, and deeply familiar. One particular clip, where they hugged tightly and shared a small peck, sent waves of emotion through the fandom. Some saw it as playful affection, others as something tender and revealing. But for many, it was simply Jinny and Jana being exactly who they have always been when they are together. What fans could not stop talking about was their chemistry. Jana and Ginny share a kind of connection that does not rely on loud gestures or dramatic moments. It lives in the quiet details. The way they instinctively gravitate toward each other. The way their eyes soften when they meet. The way laughter flows effortlessly between them. Their skinship does not feel calculated or forced for the camera. It feels instinctive, like second nature, like two people who are deeply comfortable in each other's presence. Every touch seems to communicate safety, trust, and emotional ease, the kind of closeness that cannot be faked. As Ginny became more openly affectionate with Jana, the narrative shifted yet again. Some fans took it as confirmation of feelings they had sensed for a long time. Others accused her of sending mixed signals, demanding definitions and labels she never offered. But many voices rose in defense, reminding everyone of something essential. People are allowed to change how they express affection. Growth reshapes behavior. Healing opens doors that were once closed. Just because Ginny is more expressive now does not mean she owes the world an explanation for every smile, hug, or tender moment. One fan comment, in particular, stood out and quickly spread across platforms. The fan wrote that Ginny is a Sagittarius, and that people like her take time to show their feelings. But once they do, they show them fully and sincerely. The comment resonated with many, not just because of astrology, but because it reflected something deeply familiar about Ginny's journey. She has always moved at her own pace, guarded her heart carefully, and revealed her emotions only when she felt secure enough to do so. When she opens up, it feels intentional, honest, and real. Amid all the noise, another important reminder echoed through fan spaces like a quiet plea for understanding. People can be bi. People can form deep, meaningful connections across genders without it invalidating who they are. Ginny's video with Veronica was never framed as anything beyond friendship. Those who watched it without projecting expectations could sense the relaxed energy, the easy laughter, the absence of romantic tension. It was a moment between friends, nothing more, nothing less, yet it was turned into something heavier by those unwilling to let simplicity exist. Fandoms, however, have a way of magnifying moments until they collapse under the weight of endless interpretation. A smile becomes a confession. A hug becomes a declaration. A TikTok becomes a headline filled with assumptions. And in the center of it all are real people, living real lives, navigating real emotions while millions of strangers argue over what those emotions should represent. The line between support and entitlement becomes dangerously thin. What makes Jayna and Ginny's dynamic so compelling goes far beyond physical closeness. It is the emotional rhythm they share, the way they seem to understand each other without words. They mirror each other's energy with ease and grace. When one becomes playful, the other responds with warmth. When one grows quiet, the other offers presence instead of pressure. Their bond feels lived in, shaped by time and shared experiences rather than manufactured moments. That authenticity is why fans are drawn to them again and again. Authenticity resonates deeply, especially in a world full of curated images. Still, it is important to remember that admiration should never turn into ownership. Loving a ship should never mean silencing someone's truth. Jinny has clarified her past and spoken openly about her present. Continuing to bring up her ex after she has asked people to stop is not concern. It is a refusal to listen. True support means respecting boundaries, even when they challenge personal fantasies or expectations. As the drama slowly begins to settle, one truth becomes clearer than ever. This was never really about Jayna and Veronica. It was never truly about a single TikTok video. It was about how quickly narratives spiral when fans forget that the people they admire are human. It was about learning when to step back, when to allow moments to exist without labels, and when to trust the voice of the person at the center of the story. Jayna and Ginny continue to show up as they always have, close, affectionate, and unapologetically themselves. They continue to share smiles, laughter, and moments that feel genuine and unforced. Whether that closeness represents friendship, something deeper, or simply a chapter fans are privileged to witness is not for the internet to decide. What truly matters is that whatever they share is mutual, comfortable, and rooted in trust. In the end, perhaps the most important takeaway is this. Love, in all its forms, does not require validation from comment sections. Clarity deserves respect. And sometimes, the most powerful act of support fans can offer is allowing the people they admire the freedom to exist without constant judgment, speculation, or pressure. Thank you for tuning in to K-Drama Bloom.